Hello and welcome to another update video about Cardano. In this video we're going to take a look at the Cardano chart, the Bitcoin chart, and we start straight away as always. We can see here already on CoinMarketCap that today everything's pretty much moving sideways. So for the last few days, to be honest, not too much exciting stuff happened. We are still in the pattern that I think is the most valid and most probable one. And again, I could be wrong here. And I'm happy to be proven wrong if the price is continuing to go up of Bitcoin and we're making now new highs and everything, then we are still in a major bull market. But as you know, I believe that we are currently heading towards 30K and maybe even lower for Bitcoin. So let's start with Bitcoin. Brief update. We were in this ABC here to the upside, part of a larger A, B, and C, where I think we are coming down. Now, again, I won't keep it very long, that video. I did explain it all in previous videos in detail, so I can't repeat it in every video. Just try to give you updates here. But in short, the idea is that we come down here in an impulsive move, which we've done, and that we now get a three-wave structure here to the upside. So A, B, C. And by the way, when I told you about this the first time, I didn't see anyone else talking about this. Now more and more YouTubers as well talk about these patterns. So either it means that they all see this now, or they're copying, whatever. Doesn't matter. It is in my view a very likely scenario that we come down here in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, ABC, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here to the downside. That is what I would primarily expect, that you have this impulse, then a relief rally to the upside, a bit of a correction into areas of this target range between 55.5 and 63.5K. But we could also go a bit higher in an overshooting wave B, because this ABC here would also be a B, just a wave B, and the wave B can overshoot the preceding higher wave. So the preceding high can be overshot by that wave B. So need to be a bit careful here that we don't get too bullish. So it is extremely difficult at the moment. The alternative is that we go down straight away. To do that, the chances get much higher if we drop below 47.5, well, 47K pretty much. That is the key support level. If we go below that, then the chances are much higher that we don't see this yellow target area, but that we go down straight away. And then we will see here this impulsive move to the upside, to the downside happen very similar ways as we had this one here. Is this one over yet? I mean, also that is a possibility that we haven't seen the low of this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 move, but at the moment it is looking like that we have seen the low. But the higher we go, I think if we go above, certainly above 55K, then this will have been the impulse, and we will have seen the wave 5. At the moment, I think we have seen the low. So that indicates that we can now go up into this yellow target area before we come down. And again, other interpretations are possible. I show you the one that I primarily believe is the most valid one. I did explain in a previous video why. Have this strong impulsive down, have clear three-wave structure here to the upside. And we can't ignore this structure. This ABC cannot be ignored, especially as you have part of this A was an impulse. This again was a three-wave structure. This was an impulse. So ABC, in my view, a very clear three-wave structure to the upside, forming that B. On top of that, that B wave did overshoot that previous high here. If a B wave overshoots the previous high, we come to, and those were checking the Fib levels of that B wave, it overshoots, but it overshoots exactly to a key Fibonacci level. So again, if the price adheres so well to Fib levels, it gets more likely that this here is actually the valid scenario. And at the moment, on the shorter time frame, we can see that we're climbing up slowly here, a little bit sideways, but yeah, we are heading into this target area slowly. So what this could become could be a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that would indicate we're actually in this wave 3. because I just showed you this will be a three-wave move. As you probably know if you follow my channel, I'd say this will be an ABC. So as part of the A, you will have these 5 waves again, then 3 waves to the downside, 5 waves, and then you get the larger wave structure, 5 to the downside, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, probably into the yellow target area. That's what I'm looking for. So we would need to see this 5-wave structure build up, then a 3-wave to the downside and 5 waves to the upside on a smaller time scale, and then we can follow this pattern. I'll definitely keep you updated. As I said, the key problem with the chart of Bitcoin is on the weekly, the bearish divergence of the RSI and of the MACD. I think that is a key problem that points me towards the fact that this is the right wave count, that supports the fact that we are going to come down once more very hard, because we've only just had a bearish crossover here on the Bitcoin chart, and we can't ignore that. Bearish crossover on the weekly and a bearish divergence. I can't ignore it on the weekly. I don't really know what I could read bullish into this. Yeah, I don't know. It's on the weekly. It's a very, very major time frame. And you know, the last time we did have that bearish crossover, you know what happened. Everybody's always talking about what happens when bullish crossovers happen, but nobody's talking about bearish crossover. And the last time that happened, you can see that here, that was in the beginning of April. That was just when we formed the new high, and that predicted very well a crash. But it was just after that, actually, when we came down, pretty much as we're doing now, that we have this bearish crossover. And on top of that, you made new highs on the price, yeah? We made new price highs, but we made a lower high on the RSI and the MACD, which is not a great sign. Yeah, this is a bearish divergence, indicating you make lower highs here on the RSI and also on the MACD. So yeah, I can't ignore that. Let's go to ADA. Because ADA, for example, if you go on the weekly chart, there you go, the MACD does not show you this bearish divergence, right? So we don't have a bearish divergence on the MACD. We made higher highs on the price and we made higher highs on the MACD. So we don't have that MACD divergence. Also the wave count is different. In my view, for ADA, from a larger point of view, we built this major wave 1 in the beginning. That was in January 18, then we came down in March 20 in a major wave 2. Then we have that major wave 3 in white, within which we still are. With this major wave 3, we have in green a wave 1 that we built in May, a wave 2 we also built in May, and also that is a wave 3 we haven't completed yet. So basically after that wave 2, we started to build a new high, now coming down too far. So we have not completed that wave 3 yet. We're still in that wave 3 in green. Because we're coming down too far, we're coming down to price range 1, which indicates that we're going up from here. So within that green wave 3, we are in a wave 2, basically because you've got that purple wave 1 that we built in August or September. That was the major move to the upside here. From there, we are having now a correction in a wave 2, which goes at the moment close enough to the maximum of what a wave 2 can do. In the worst case, we could even see a $1 price here and still be in that pattern. Now, if we drop below $1, that would be invalidated, that pattern, yeah. I mean, you could go all the way down to be honest, but to take a look here at the wick on the weekly, we could go down to 92 cents actually. Just seeing that as a low, but I think the $1 level is very, very critical. Shouldn't really be, yeah, we could probably go down to 92 cents in the worst case, but the $1 level is the key psychological one that should really hold here. So that is what I can see here on the weekly. Definitely not that bearish divergence on the MACD, which is important. So looking here on the daily, Cardano shows no sign of strength yet. We are still in this downtrend here. We can see this descending trend line. You can still see how valid that is. We have managed to break out of that. Also here on the forward chart, we can see it probably a little bit better. That descending trend line, other than that fake out here on the 2nd of December, that took us all the way up to 175, which is a key resistance level, right? we can't really see here any attempted breakout. We're currently close to that descending trend line again, but haven't broken out yet. If we want to break out today, we need to get above 141.5, yeah, 1.415 or 1.41. Yeah, no, it's, if I zoom in again a little bit, yeah, 1.405. That would be a breakout here of that descending trend line. We would need to get above. Can only see that happening at the moment when Bitcoin is also starting to move up, but Bitcoin lost a little bit in value, yeah, today, again below 50k. So you can see how difficult it is for Bitcoin at the moment to really make go to higher levels. And ADA is following Bitcoin, and we can see that on the ADA BTC chart in a minute. Overall, the indicators for ADA here, the 50 line of the 4-hour chart, we would need a breakout here to really see some significant price increases at the moment, I think. So we're hovering just below that 50 line, which is a resistance level as well. And as always, you know, you often get these trend lines on the chart. They are oftentimes subjective, but the RSI can be a very, very objective method and indicator to really identify key support and resistance levels. Pretty much like for ADA throughout September and October, we had, and also November, we had the 50 line here of the daily RSI also providing resistance. And I did tell you all the time, as soon as we see a sustainable breakout here, you know, we should see, yeah, also a major price increase. And to be honest, we did see a major price increase here when we broke out. That was a fake out though. That is when the price jumped, when we broke out. So these can really be very, very objective resistance levels as well, the RSI especially. So at the moment on the daily, however, we are very, very low. We're nearly in oversold territory. I mean, we were there already, did come out of it. So it's just something here to pay attention to. And looking at ADA BTC, as I said, Cardano is currently doing what Bitcoin is doing. You can see we're currently hovering at this support line here at 2715. Yeah, so we have come down in this descending wedge or channel. It's probably more a wedge than a channel, so more of a bullish pattern than a channel, but it also is a very weak wedge. Yeah, it was a more clear descending wedge before. Now it's converging, but not very much. So you can also call it a channel. But in this channel, we're currently finding support here at this line, as you can see. Haven't really made new lows yet. So this is the level we are currently holding, indicating that we are following Bitcoin at the moment in the moves it is doing. But if it comes down like that, we can see that this descending trend line could push us lower as well. So if you see us losing 2700 for ADA, then ADA will be outperformed by Bitcoin most likely, because then we lose another key support level. Basically this descending trend line forms also together with that support a descending triangle. So it's just something to be aware of. Overall, still we can see here on the daily that bullish divergence on the ADA BTC chart, but it's been very long that we've been following this pattern now. And it's time for us to, ADA really needs to start pushing here to the upside now, or you know, we're not gonna make it. So ADA really needs to break above this descending trend line here. Otherwise, it now needs to start to outperform Bitcoin. That's as simple as it is. I mean, maybe not now, you know, but before we reach $1, it needs to outperform Bitcoin. Otherwise, the chances are, if Bitcoin plays out what I think it will play out, that ADA will drop below $1. So, and otherwise, if it starts to outperform Bitcoin, it will be able to build a buffer here between the dollar and the price to make sure it will be able to buffer any major price losses of Bitcoin. So hopefully you liked that update video about Cardano and Bitcoin. If you did, please smash the like button and subscribe. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.